Good morning, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with a tropical update for Sunday, August 15th, 2010. Tropics remain pretty quiet today. Thought I wasn't going to do an update till Monday, but a few things I want to point out here. We have a couple areas of interest and a lot of talk about what's going to happen this week concerning the remnants of Tropical Depression number 5 and also our much anticipated start of the Cape Verde season. Pretty big model hyping, so I'll go over that in a minute as well. So first off, let's look at the remnants of Tropical Depression number 5, and here we go, starting to make its way southward. It's going to start going through the western panhandle today and then emerge out into the Gulf of Mexico later tonight into Monday. So here we go, and you can see a little bit of circulation right here. I'll show you here on the radar view in a minute here, but here's the center right here. Pretty weak right now, but once it gets out into the Gulf of Mexico, that's when we're going to have to watch for this to redevelop. Looking at the radar this morning, and here you can see weak circulation right in here, and this is what we'll be tracking today as it merges out into the Gulf of Mexico tonight, and then we'll see how far south this thing could get into the Gulf, whether it'll redevelop or not. Upper level conditions pretty favorable for this to redevelop, so definitely could see this become a tropical depression again, and maybe we'll finally get our tropical storm out of this system. Again, depending on how far south it goes, and I'll show you the different model runs here in a second. So here we go, and here's the shear map, and as you see, it's really associated with this upper high right now, and as this system sinks south, so will this upper high. So it's going to have pretty favorable upper level environment with it this time around. Better than it was, even though when it did finally make it ashore, which I believe it could have still been classified as a tropical depression, conditions were pretty favorable then. Well, they will be favorable again this time, maybe even a little better. So definitely have to watch this one carefully. If anything, more rain for again for Louisiana eventually this week, which they probably don't really want to see any more rain, but this will definitely be another big rain maker, and we'll see how strong it gets, whether it'll be a wind maker as well. So let's kind of review the models here. We have the Canadian model. Again, sinks it a little farther south before it makes it ashore again, Louisiana. So this thing will make an entire loop around here the last 5-6 days. But this shows you a little stronger system because it's a little farther south. GFS, this model's been so consistent with this system. It's been amazing. But here we go. Tuesday morning again, making it back ashore across southeast Louisiana coast. And then our HWRF model showing a close to tropical storm strength as it makes it ashore Tuesday morning across southeast Louisiana. The GFDL does not develop this system much at all. They're on the downfall of this one. Euro model, and here we go again, showing it again, system getting close to southeast Louisiana. This one has it a little farther north. So like I said, it'll just depend how far it could swing out into the Gulf. If it kind of hugs the coast, we won't see much development. But if it could sink a little farther south before it loops back north again, northwest, then we could see this getting at least a tropical depression or even a tropical storm. So that's something to watch for early this week. We'll be watching for that development. Now, the big hype is what's going to come off the African coast. Boy, everybody's waiting for this because the season, I mean, let's face it, it's kind of been pretty quiet so far after all the big predictions, including myself early this season. So everybody's anticipating this first Cape Verde system, and the models have been really developing a system towards the mid to late this week. So I'll show you the models here. First off, let's look at off the African coast. So this is what we're going to be tracking. Doesn't look like much now. Has a pretty good mid-level circulation with it. Convection kind of weak with it right now, but again, this isn't going to develop really till it gets, at least what the models are saying, till it gets west of the Cape Verde Islands towards the middle to the end of this coming week. So this is going to be one to watch for down the road. Right now it doesn't look like much, but has a nice little mid-level circulation with it, and once it gets west of the Cape Verdes, that's when we can see this developing. So let's go look through the models real quick here, and I'll show you comparisons. Basically, I'm going to compare the Euro with the GFS because those are our big extended range models, and they're both showing basically the same thing, although in the extended range they kind of differ on positioning of the high pressure and where it's going to go. But this is for Friday, and you can see starting to develop it west of the Cape Verde Islands here, and let's compare it to the GFS same time frame. So you can see pretty much the same thing. West of the Cape Verds, this isn't until Friday, so it's going to take its time getting off the coast next couple days, moving west of the Cape Verds. So we have plenty of time to watch this. Everybody's so excited. Is it going to develop? Oh, it's losing convection over Africa. Give it time. It's going to take time. We'll see if the models are right or not on this one. Let's hope they are, because some people may be calling it quits on this tropical season if this thing doesn't develop. Everybody's going to be, boy, people are really waiting for this thing to develop. So there we go. This is for Tuesday. For Friday. Sorry, Friday. Showing you this with the GFS, and then we'll go even farther. Now this is 9 days out. This is Tuesday of the 24th. So this is way out in the distance here for the models. I usually don't really like to show things this far out, but just showing you the comparisons. This is the Euro model. It shows a little stronger subtropical ridge here, AB high. You can see we're still going to have this trough here along the East Coast, and this is going to be the big thing if this does develop. Again, way off in the distance, but if this does develop, will it take this trek out to sea, or will it stay more west? So long way off. But anyway, this is Tuesday, just showing you the comparisons, and then this is the GFS model for Tuesday. And you can see this is the 24th now. This is like 9 days out. You can see it makes it more of a fish storm here, the GFS. It has a little weaker weakness in the ridge more than the Euro had, and sends it off. And then you see the GFS developing even another system out there. So starting towards the end of this week, we might have a busy couple towards the last 2 weeks of August here. We might be tracking multiple storms here, at least according to the models. We see some changes in the pattern here that indicate this. I know I've been saying this plenty times, and probably everybody's just like, yeah, whatever, we'll see what happens. And you're right. We've been saying this probably since the middle of July. The pattern's going to change. It's going to happen. But really, this time it looks like things are really going to change, and we could be really tracking a couple systems here towards the middle to the towards the end of August here. So that's what the models are showing. We'll see if everything verifies. We'll know more by the end of this week, but I just wanted to show you what's coming up. And if you look off, this definitely does have a better envelope of moist air with it, this wave off the African coast. You can see most of the SAL, and we've had a lot of stable air out here as well, is mainly going to be off to the west of it. So as this comes off the coast, it's going to be in a better environment as well. So that's why I'm thinking this definitely has a good chance of development, and we'll see what happens. So that's about it for today. I will have another update tomorrow morning, Monday morning. You have a great Sunday. Take care.